Welcome to Flagler County's In the News program, and today we have a special guest. We have Vice Chairman, County Commission, Barbara Rebels.
Good
Welcome,
morning.
Barbara.
Thank
and we're
you
here to talk about the Carver Center.
Yes.
Give us a little update on what's gone on with the Carver Center in the last couple of months.
Well, maybe I could backtrack a little bit further and
Okay.
tell your listeners what the actual history of the Carver community is all about, the community center. In Flagler County in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, we had segregated school system, as many areas were in the country. And Flagler County desegregated in 1967. And at that time, the schools were merged, which was primarily where Bunnell High School or the Bunnell Elementary School is today. And that was the Carver High School actually was down there, and those buildings remain standing. There was a fire in the high school, in the Bunnell High School, in the early 70s, and it can no longer be occupied. And so the Carver High School was reutilized for some of the students to go at that time until the current Flagler Palm Coast High School could be built for them to move into. After that movement, the buildings remained unused, became derelict, and were eventually all torn down, with the exception of the gym. And so the gym facility has taken on the name of the Carver Gym for many, many years. It's been owned by the school system and Flagler County and kind of bounced back and forth, mostly owned by the school system. And Flagler County has operated it with some staff there on a very limited basis to keep it open for children of the community and adults. And most recently, in budgetary discussions, Flagler County was looking for an alternative of how to operate that facility, whether to shut it down or whether to try to make it more of a functioning community center. And so we were able to garner the support of the City of Bunnell, the Sheriff's Office, the school system, Flagler County, and other organizations that have come together to help fund it jointly, to supply the manpower to keep it open as a facility with organized events. And that is all set to take place, that formal activity is set to take place on July 1, which is the start of the school system's fiscal year, when their staff people will actually take over control of management. At the same time, the same group of interested parties that have been meeting, working to move this forward, formed a foundation. We're currently turning in our application to the Internal Revenue Service for a 501c3. We already have our bylaws and our articles of incorporation from the state of Florida, so that we are a nonprofit corporation, and we are currently working on fundraising projects.
Well, I hear you have one very special fundraising project that's about to kick off, or in fact is underway already.
Yes.
A virtual auction?
A virtual auction, yes. So what we did was we went out to what I call community notables, and these would be maybe your elected officials, high administration people, and just others in the community who maybe are slightly higher profile but are willing to give, willing to support this wonderful program that we're putting forward.
I looked at the list. I don't think you've missed anybody.
Yeah, so we've had lots of wonderful donations from many elected officials in the community, and they are now available to be bid on. So if many people in their listening audience have gone out to functions before where there's been a silent auction, where you see what's being offered and you sign a sheet that you're willing to bid $25 on some item. Well, this is the same thing, only it's going to be done via accessibility on Flagler County's website, where you can view all of the items, and from that website you can, via email or phone, make a bid on one of the items. And the bid's going to run through June 15th. But in addition to that, many of us that are involved in the foundation are going to be out in the community trying to sell these bids. So we're going to be at functions, we're going to attend Rotarian meetings and Kiwanis meetings and probably church events and many, many other organizations. If you have an organization and you'd like to have a speaker, between now and June 15th, we'd love to come around and tell you about the Carver Center and what the plans are, and then try to show you our format for our auction.
Okay, now how would they contact you?
Well,
or the foundation?
Yes, anybody in the public can contact me, Barbara Revels, at flaglercounty.org, and my email address there is brevels@flaglercounty.org. I think you can go to our website under County Commission and reach me that way.
Right.
You can call me at my office in Flagler Beach at 439-3130. You can call me on my cell phone at 931-5570. Those are all 386 area codes.
Now, if you want to go on the website, the Flagler County website, which is flaglercounty.org,
right,
where would you go to find the...
If you open up Flagler County's website, there is an area on the bottom right, I believe, that's called Hotspot. And on that will be a tab for the Carver Gym auction.
Right.
Is that the tab on it? And you'd click on that, and a page opens up. And at the top of the page, it lists how you can bid on the items that you'll read below, one being click on an email or the phone number, and it lists what you need to provide in your information to bid on an item. Your name, your contact information, where you live, email address, phone number. What's the bid number, item number you're bidding on? What's your bid amount? And name what it is the item is, so we can make sure that if you say item number 10, we know that it's tickets for the Sundancer cruise.
Right.
So we can.
You have some pretty interesting items on there.
Yes,
A large coquina rock.
Yes, a large coquina rock delivered to your house. We've got airplane rides and kayak tours, surfing lessons, lots of restaurant gift certificates, or actually, more importantly, dinner with elected officials at restaurants. Mr. Landon's taking people on a bicycle tour. Mr. Coffee is donating the Sundancer cruise, and we've got condos at the beach. We've got timeshare units.
All right.
We have mud bogging in the western Flagler County woods.
I think you're going to bid on that mud bogging.
I have bid on that. I absolutely have. I want to do that.
So I understand that it'll be a ongoing thing. They'll be able to check on the website what the latest bid is.
Correct. So that would be the important thing, is if there is an item that you really want to have, you need to recheck the website. And it's my understanding you're going to be amassing an email database where we can let you know if you've been on an item when we're updating. That would be daily, so it would probably be less frequently than that, but you need to constantly go on the website to see how your item is doing with bidding. And of course, all of these monies will go to the foundation, and the foundation will use those funds to purchase equipment. It might be paper products, or it might be basketballs, but equipment for the youth of Flagler County that would function at the Carver Gym, or books or games or whatever they might need. And in addition, there are students or youth that go there that might want to participate in a program that requires an admittance fee because of a uniform.
Right.
So we would have grant money available for people to participate in educational things or sports programs. If they don't have the money to attend, we could supply them with the money. And that's what the grant proceeds are going to. We also are one of the funders of the operation of the gym. The county and the consortium of funding members are looking for the foundation to provide donations of a certain dollar amount every year. Right. So we will be a part of that mixture as well.
Well, that's really interesting. It's going to be exciting.
Yes,
June 15th is the deadline.
June 15th is the deadline, so we'd have our funds ready before the actual center opens on July 1st. And we do have some time certain things like tickets and things that you have to use by certain dates. So we want to make sure that we get those items bid on and in the hands of the bidder so they can use them this summer. So we can either call 313-4040. Correct.
Or you can go on and directly email at Carver@flaglercounty.org, and then you can go on the website in the hotspots on the flaglercounty.org website and
Right.
look up the bids, and they will be updated daily, so you can keep track of where your bid is at,
Right.
and whether you need to rebid.
That's right. And please call me if you'd like to have anybody from our foundation or myself come out and be a speaker at any event you're having, so we can further spread the message about the Carver Center, and we're hoping that Flagler County as a whole will adopt the Carver Center as a community project over the next couple of years.
And this is not just for now until June 15th, but
It's
it'll
going to
go
be ongoing.
Ongoing.
Ongoing, yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Very good. And thank you out there for listening. And go on the website and check on items you may want to bid on.